Hello, everyone. My name is Billy Sheehan. I'm the bass player for the Winery Dogs, and I'm in DaBelly. Get in my belly. Here we are.
Sara here at DaBelly, and I'm here with Billy Sheehan of the Winery Dogs before their set at the Marquee Theater. How are you today?
Doing good. Very good. Thanks for coming out here, and we're going to have a good show here in Tempe tonight. It's going to be a riot.
You enjoying the heat so far?
That's not so bad. It's a dry heat, at least. That's good.
Yeah.
No, not too many flying bugs. Same in LA. We almost never see a mosquito or anything because the dry heat dries them right out and they're gone.
Yeah. So how has the tour been so far?
Amazing. We've had an incredible response to the record. We're supremely thankful. Very grateful to a lot of people that made it happen. And made a lot of records when you put them out. You never know what's going to happen. Kind of roll the dice. And
Yeah.
this time a 7 came up out of nowhere.
Yeah.
And people just like what we did. And we're very, very, very thankful. And the shows, people are singing along loud, so they know the words. That's pretty cool. On our second day in Brazil, or the second day the record came out in Brazil, we did a show. And the audience was singing the words louder than the whole band.
Oh, cool.
They were singing the guitar solos.
Wow.
It's pretty amazing. So
That's very
it's
cool.
been going real well, thanks.
So the album's been out about a year now, actually a year now.
Yeah.
Correct. And then you just released the I'm No Angel
Yeah.
video. Can you tell us a little about the video, about the song, and how that video got made and everything like that?
Well, that was one of the first songs that really was over the top for me personally. I'm always involved with a lot of songs and a lot of music, and I had to kind of step back and judge what it's doing to me and how I'm responding to it. And the thing that I noticed about that as I was playing it for all my friends, and people, oh, you got to hear this song, check this out. And I was like, wait a minute, I don't usually do this. So I knew it had struck me really well. So once the record came out, that became a quick favorite. I got a lot of email and from all over the world, and people wrote to me and what they thought about the record, and that was always in the top 3 songs there all the time. So we had put out a couple of singles already, but I really wanted to see this song get a shot.
Mm-hmm.
So we just let the label know, we really want to do a video for this and put it out. If you guys didn't want to do it, we'll just pay for the video ourselves and do it. We don't care, because we believe in it. Similar to how the whole record was made too. We made the record on our own. We paid for it. We did everything. Later on, the label came in and took over. So they agreed. They loved the song too, and we did a video, shot it in LA with a couple of a little bit of a storyline where some girls kind of involved in a guy that's not too good,
Yeah.
And I'm not sure if that exactly goes with the original intent of the lyrics, but it worked well enough. And the guy who shot the video, I've used him in a couple other projects before. He's really great. He comes in and it's just a great film crew and great quality stuff, and he did a bang-up job. We're real pleased about it. So
Very cool.
That's our newest campaign.
Very cool. And then you also have the dog camp
Yeah.
coming up, which is the 4 days in New York.
Yeah.
Where you're going to be doing also teaching, and then you're also going to be performing for people. Tell us a little bit how about that came about and what you're most looking forward to about that.
Well, it's always fun to do up close and personal with a lot of people that are into the band. There's I'm not sure how many people we got. It's about 100 people coming to it, and most of them are musicians. Some of them aren't. They're just going to hang out, So, but we'll do a little playing, but then we'll talk a lot about what it takes to be in a band, how we put everything together, and try to put everyone else kind of through the same process. Here you are. You got nothing. You're sitting in a room with a bunch of people. You got to write a song. Where do we start? Okay, and that's where we were at. Yeah. We just started playing around, so we just try to put them through a similar set of steps that we went through when we began that. And all of us in all of our bands, myself, Mike, and Richie, we've all been through starting a band, having to write a song, having to figure out a part on bass, guitar, or drums, or a vocal part, and being able to do it. And there's a lot of mystery to that sometimes to some people. So we hope to dissipate some of that mystery and get people to the point where at the end of the camp, they'll feel more confident about what they do as a musician, a songwriter, performer, and just go up a couple of steps, that ladder of experience you need to get up to in order to do what you want to do in music. So that's our goal.
That's very cool. And what are you most looking forward to with it?
Well, just seeing the changes that happen. I do a lot of bass clinics also,
Right.
which bass clinic basically that I go in and a bunch of people are there, I play my bass, and then we talk and I answer questions and I play it again and we sign autographs and stuff. But in some of them it gets a little bit more involved. When someone asks me a question, I'll bring them up, and it's real open, real informal, and I'll put the bass in their hand and explain them how to do something. Because sometimes when I'm playing, because I'm kind of used to it, I don't realize that a player that's not as experienced, those notes go by pretty quick, and they get kind of intimidated, and they think, and I always say, anything I can do, you can do, and they're always like, come on, it's impossible. I go, no, it's really true, and I honestly believe that. So I'll sometimes bring them up, and I'll say, okay, here's this real complicated thing. Let's take it apart piece by piece. Watch this. And somebody who has never done it before, sit him down, step by step, and sure enough, at the end, he's doing it. So you see a change in a player. He walks off the stage more confident, knowing more. I had a guy come at a clinic I did in Italy one time. He was a pretty accomplished player. He could play some great stuff. So he played some stuff, and everybody's looking at me like, oh, Billy's going to think he's pretty good. And I go, great, really good. Now here's what I want you to do. Do that and keep time with your foot. And he couldn't do it.
Yeah.
He couldn't do it.
Yeah.
And I remember the look on his face like, oh my God. And because he really thought, hey, I got it together. He's just slapping amazing stuff. And I go, that's cool. Let's take it piece at a time. Just keep time, keep time, keep time. By the end of the day, he became a competent bass player. I mean, somebody who could actually do a session now, who could actually be in a band. Whereas before he had some great licks, but it was really of no use.
Right.
I saw him make a quantum leap. And it's sometimes when you spell out what's wrong, not in a critical way, but in a way to open the door and give a solution to how they can fix that. And when people take that advice and move along, you coach them through it, stick there with them, encourage, a lot of positive influence. Quite a change happens. Same thing with songwriters, with singers. See people putting songs together, and it's all over the place, and it's not working at all. And the lines they're writing don't work, and I go, oh, here's how it is. First, just explain the cadence of the line and the rhythm of it, how it's got to match the next line, and we got to get line 2 and line 4 to rhyme, and we got to, and then we got to duplicate that again. The second verse, then we got to get a chorus, and the chorus has got to have the title of the song in there, and then you give them a million other songs that do exactly that they never realized before. Of course. And it starts to make sense. Yeah, there's a whole thing to writing a song. It's not an impossible, mysterious thing anymore. And now their songs are taking a quantum leap in quality. So it's always an interesting thing to see people make that change from, beginner or mediocre or dabbler to, hey, this might work. This is kind of cool.
That is really cool.
Yeah.
So the set list, how did you guys come up for doing the set list for this tour?
Well, we wanted to do all the songs on the record because we're a new band. We don't have much else. We got these songs.
Right.
We pull. Richie does one of his acoustic songs. I do a song from my original old band in Buffalo Talus. We did a song called Shy Boy that was on the David Lee Roth record, and but then we also did a couple of kind of covers of songs that when you do a cover in a band, it can really define the band. The best example of that is when Van Halen did "You Really Got Me." It was just kind of a British 2-chord thing, but we got this amazing guitar player, so let's do the simple 2-chord thing and then blow in this unbelievable guitar solo in there, and it was the perfect song for the band to do to really show them off. And the Beatles, on their first record, most of it was cover tunes. Please Mr. Postman, Twist and Shout, Taste of Fun, those are all cover tunes. People forget that the Beatles, were a cover band for years, before that. And that was how they honed their chops. So it really can help define a band to do a couple of covers. So we've done a few. We did a song by Gary Wright. He was in a band called Spooky Tooth, which was a great band that had a soulful singing and a heavy band, kind of like the Winery Dogs. And when he left Spooky Tooth, we had kind of an FM hit with it back in the late '70s, I think it was. And it's just kind of perfect song for Richie's voice. And we did a version of is it the Four Tops who did Reach Out, I'll Be There? Or the Temptations, I'm not sure, one of them. But whichever one it was, we did that one. And that was cool because it was a really soulful kind of a Motown song. And doing it heavy, I loved hearing Motown heavy all the time. And then in the past in other bands we've done remakes of Motown songs that did them heavy. And that was kind of cool. And there's a couple of other songs that we're thinking about covering. But mostly in the song, in the set list, the songs are the songs from the record. And they kind of pace themselves kind of naturally. You want to start out with the it's Showbiz 101, start out with the opening song of the record, which is Elevate. And then we're going to do a few others, and we do one of the songs that wasn't available on the original American release. And we end up with Regret, which is just a beautiful piano piece, one of my favorite pieces on the record also. And it's funny to kind of end the show with a ballady type song, but it breaks out into a heavier part with some soloing, and it's just, the whole place sings along, and it's a beautiful thing.
So speaking of doing covers, at the Golden Gods, you were asked if you could jam with anybody, who would it be? And you said Hendrix and Stevie Ray Vaughan. What songs by them would you like to jam with them and cover with them, or play with them?
Well, Jimi Hendrix, there's a lot of his more obscure things that I really love. His Band of Gypsies record, I'm a big fan of. I remember when I was in Japan a few years ago, I found the Band of Gypsies rehearsals bootleg.
Oh, cool.
And I got to him rehearsing the songs. Amazing. And so some of that stuff, rather than the typical Foxy Lady, Purple Haze, those are the ones that everybody knows. But I would like to go into the Band of Gypsies, maybe something off the Axis Bold as Love record, or Electric Ladyland record. I used to listen to that record. I must have listened to it 1,000 times. Stevie Ray Vaughan, that might have been one of the other guys saying that. I don't know if that was my answer. But,
okay.
And I love Stevie Ray. I'm not as familiar with that. But that Texas Shuffle I was into ever since I first heard Johnny Winter when he first came out. That whole Texas guitar blues thing was a big thing to me. And I love Billy Gibbons. So Stevie Ray is right in there.
Very cool. Was there anything that you would like to add, or what else do we have besides all of these shows coming up to look forward to with the Winery Dogs and the dog camp?
Well, we're just excited to be playing anywhere. We love to play. This band is built to play live. Will you be at the show tonight? If you see, it'll look like we're having fun up there, because in fact we are.
Awesome.
People always say, it looks like you're having fun up there. I go, we are having fun up there. It is a riot. That's why it's kind of cool doing the dog camp, or if I do basically, I'd love to get people to do that, what we do on stage, because it is a blast. Nothing better. We did a show in Paris, France. It was so crowded, you couldn't have fit another person in the room if you chopped them in pieces. It was jam-packed, and it was so much fun, and the place went nuts, and we're singing along. We played in Milan, Italy. The place went crazy. Japan shows out of control, South American shows out of control. I wish that on everybody. I wish every musician, if it hasn't happened to them yet, had the opportunity to see that, and to do that, be up there on stage and have that kind of thing. It's the greatest feeling there is. It's better than drugs and alcohol.
That's very cool. I appreciate your time. Is there anything that you would like to add?
Oh, I just thanks for doing the interview with me, and I hope
Thank
anyone
you.
out there that's my pleasure. Anyone out there that hasn't heard the record, if you'd be kind enough to give it a listen, we'd be thankful, and I think you'll be very pleased.
Awesome. Well, thank you very much.
Pleasure.
Thinking my lips is what's on wall.